Button. Back
Round.
again.
Yeah, back.
Oh, shit. I might need to go grab the soda.
Billy likes soda.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I sound like.
Yeah, you sounded better playing baseball.
That's because I can talk more quietly in the microphone on Xbox. I can't project at all.
Huh.
Yep. I could tell there's a few times he wanted to scream fuck.
Fuck!
But it just came out, fuck.
Yeah, right? You know what was fun about playing that? Is that we both are not great at that game, so it actually plays out like a real baseball game.
Yeah.
Makes it fun.
You don't have this guy just hitting dingers every fucking at bat. Like
Yeah,
we're
it's
actually.
Oh, I got a hit. Oh, I got 2 hits.
Right?
Scored a run.
And of course, Big Dumper's the guy I get a dinger with.
Fucking big dumper.
With his 39 contacts but 94 power.
Fucking shitter with the bat.
Right? I'm not gonna hit it a lot, but when I do, it's gonna go a long ways.
When I do, it's fucking toast. Alright, I'm gonna go get a Sprite.
I'm gonna get. Oh,
High? You're gonna get high?
No, because I'm gonna play some Call of Duty later, and weed and video games don't work.
I've been building
Actually,
towards
you know
this moment.
Actually, you know what? Call of Duty is one I can, but like
Yeah.
baseball,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Well, I think the DMZ shit where we play that, I think that's probably one that would be okay.
Yeah.
For being high, because like, I don't know, just seems like it's just chill enough.
Yeah.
And then occasionally you'll get like sweats and you know.
God, that was a funny round. That last round we played was so
It was
fun.
really funny. Oh my
Oh,
god.
there's some guys shooting at us. Oh man, who were they? We were trying to shoot.
Where
them.
were they? Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
was shooting at that other guy, man.
Yeah.
They had no idea.
Right. It was me.
Oh, that was so good. They loved it. This episode brought to you by Sonic.
Ooh.
Not like officially or anything, just Robin has Sonic.
Yeah,
And
Sonic
Robin likes Sonic. Got my strawberries and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go grab something to snack on real quick.
Okay.
I realized I haven't eaten today, and I was gonna order a pizza, but I didn't do that.
Well, why don't you order it now, and then when they show up, it'll be funny.
Because I was gonna get Pizza Palace instead of Abby's.
Wait, they deliver too.
Do they?
Yeah.
I have to call them. Hold on.
Okay. Ba-da-ba-dum-bum-bum.
Well, I just realized I did one of the more Jewish things I've done in a while.
Save some
What's
money.
I sat around eating fish sandwiches and complained.
Oh. That's
I can't
awesome.
wait till Jake hits that age where he starts wearing like the retirement bowler cap, the small brimmed. You know, I don't know. It's not
Yeah.
a bowler. Is this the bowler cap? I can't remember.
Wait, who's gonna wear the small brim bowler cap?
You are. You're gonna
Why?
get that.
Bowlers are the one that's like completely
Go Ducks.
rounded. Go Ducks, and it has like the
Yeah.
little brim around all the way around it.
I'm talking about like the Floridian.
You're talking about
like
oh okay.
Like
You know
a
what I'm
sun hat?
yeah, kind of like a sun hat, but they've got that short brim that kind of curls. You know what? I'm just gonna look one
Yeah,
up real
find
quick.
it. I think
Like
you're
a Panama hat?
like
Like a Panama hat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Panama. Cuban. I'm thinking Cubans. I was thinking of The Mask when he's they call me Cuban Pete. And he's
Yeah,
got that
that's it,
hat.
that's it.
yes.
The Panama hat.
Room chicka boom ching
In
chicka
fact,
boom,
I might
chicka
just
boom.
buy you one, Jake.
I'd rock a Panama hat.
Yep.
Panama. Panama. Oh, oh, oh.
See, I can't. Here, I'm gonna try to hit that note right now. Panama. This is nothing. Nice.
Nice.
But it doesn't say members, it says members.
Oh.
That's good shit. But yeah, I've been I think I'm on the back end of the allergies now, but I was coughing so much that this is what it did to my voice. I believe this is probably laryngitis.
I typed members and then my phone autocorrected it as I hit the Y and only. It's like, hey, let me go back to that last word and change it to what I think you thought you meant.
That's like Pac-12 refs. We have a review on the previous play.
Yeah. It was actually only third down.
Mm-hmm.
The review is that we don't know what we're doing.
Or they had 5 downs, so double jeopardy.
I know you already played 2 other downs, but we're gonna go back.
They did that.
Yeah. I wish they would implement some sort of pass interference replay, because that is the most egregious call that's generally missed. Like, you don't need to go back and check for holding usually, because they call enough of those. But like the pass interference where it impacts the direction of the game, that needs to be something they have the ability to look at.
And then they also need to have the ability to get it right.
Right. Like, yeah, not just look at it, correct it and fix it.
Because right now, like we've seen some pretty egregious examples of, Pac-12 referees just getting it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find that thing I saw on Twitter today from Puddles. He said something that was kind of funny. It was Oregon's. It was check out Oregon's new duds for the season, and it was the Oregon uniform. It just had the Big Ten logo instead of the Pac-12. We had the Big Ten logo up here.
Mm-hmm. I heard, what was the thing I heard about that? The Big 12 is talking to Fresno and Boise. Was that what Bales was saying?
Possibly. I have a hard time keeping up.
Yeah, it's crazy. But then there was the San Diego State coach who came out and said that USC or UCLA was actively trying to keep them out of, yes sir, that's the address, to actively keep them out of our conference. And I was like, why would you do that? That seems stupid. More teams, more money. More problems.
Yeah, but different problems, better problems.
You know what? False. I have never had a problem that couldn't be solved by money.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Even emotional problems, right?
Could have been solved with money.
My divorce, breakups, all that shit could have been not solved by money.
When you really
alleviated though.
Alleviate, yeah. Like I would rather be a rich sad person than a poor sad person.
100%.
So the money doesn't buy happiness thing. I don't subscribe to that.
It may not buy happiness, but it can erase sadness.
Yep. With liquor.
and
I mean that is pretty much what we did when I moved back to Oregon.
Right.
Those were some wild times.
Yeah. Hey, it's 9:45. Liquor store opens up at 10. I roll out of bed, throw on some shoes because I most definitely fell asleep in my pants. Shoes might still be on
the floor.
Yeah, or on the floor, on the couch, in my car.
In somebody else's yard.
In a ditch.
Somebody else's ditch.
Dude, we were playing
No, it's got to be your ditch.
We were playing Call of Duty, and on that DMZ thing, and Dave jumps in a boat and just goes out to the middle of the fucking ocean. Well, he gets out to the edge of the map and can't fucking turn, doesn't make the corner, and he fucking dies. Like, what are you doing? So, like, we can't get him. And so he's just stuck there in the lobby with us. Like, his guy's dead. But he's like, well, guess I'm fucking dead.
Second time in my life I couldn't make the turn.
Right?
Hey.
So I think me and the other guy, I don't think it was Brian, was it?
Yeah, it was Brian. You guys just went next field real quick.
Yeah. So we just left the game, and then we had to go and find Dave's shit again because he lost all his stuff.
But then we died because we got killed because we were out looking.
Yep.
And Robin was like, "God damn it, David!"
It was the second. Yeah, it was the second game back. Yeah. So I was like, this is 100% your fault because you fucking go off and do your own thing. You die, and then we die trying to get you more shit.
I pulled
See, and that's what's gonna happen when I play. I guarantee you that.
But we won't be mad about it. Like it's different when you've got a newbie. When you're trying to, we're basically baby birding you into the game. Like we're gonna help you. Like that's how that whole DMZ thing works. But when it's three guys that have spent hours and hours and hours and hours playing, and one of us dies because they're being stupid. Like we're like, what the fuck?
That's fair.
Especially me. Like I'll be like, God damn it. I didn't need to die there.
Like David?
It's 100% David.
Well, see, here's the thing too is Robin wasn't that pissed because I don't do that very often.
Yeah, no, I was laughing about it when I said that shit
because it was just there's this little rib and every time that's the other thing, every time we play and we get on a boat, I'm like, hey, do you guys know that I'm actually qualified to operate this vehicle?
Oh man,
well, I'm a certified forklift operator.
Yeah.
We got called assholes. Dave wasn't on this match, but we had jumped on one of the jet skis. And we're like, all right, we're going to take the jet ski and go around like basically the outside of the map and get to where we need to go. Well, as we're doing that, we see another guy, just a single guy going the opposite way, but he's like way out trying to avoid us. And we're like, nope, turn and fucking follow him. We're like, we fucking killed him. And so when you kill someone, you can go check their backpack and all the shit that they have.
Right.
And if they have, they'll have like a dog tag. Everybody dies. They have a dog tag. It tells you who killed them. And it's worth either 25,000 or 2,500, 5,000 or 25,000, depending on how many times you've X-filled in a row. And this guy had a $25,000 tag, which means he was on like a 10-match X-fill streak. And we were just fucking, just for fucking no reason other than we saw the guy and he was by himself. And he's like, you guys are fucking assholes. I'm like, you know what? It's happened to me. So it's.
You know how many times I've died in this game? Get fucked.
Right. Yeah. Get wrecked, son.
So what am I looking for here? If I just type in DMZ, is it gonna?
On the Xbox? No, all you need is Call of Duty Warzone.
Specify is Warzone.
Yeah. And Warzone's free, DMZ is free. And they're just the only way they make money is by selling people skins and that sort of stuff. And shit, I don't think they're making nearly as much money on Warzone. This is Warzone 2 as they were on the other one. Cause like there was like we had Snoop Dogg skins and just
I remember it. They were constant.
Yeah, all the time. But they just came out with a Shredder from Ninja Turtles.
I to be fair though.
To be fair.
It is still. I mean, we are only into the second season.
Yeah.
So I mean, there might be a load of shit coming out.
Maybe. I mean, so this is Warzone 2. This is the second.
Boogaloo.
Exactly. This is the second large map, right? Because the first one. Is it only the second? Or was there a third one? No, this is the third large map.
Oh yeah, because there's that other island.
Yeah, and that
we
island
never played.
Sucked.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But this one, the second Warzone, it's a lot more like the first Warzone. You got this giant map. There's like a couple little cities. There's
like an oil refinery.
Yeah, and they've
like
planted different spots throughout the map. It's got the smaller, like you'll come across a part and be like, wait, this looks familiar, and it'll be like somewhere that a multiplayer map was from
Old
20
school Modern
15
Warfare
years
too,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, oh shit, I know where I'm at. And so like there's that nostalgia kind of shit.
Yeah, they really, well, I mean, and the first one too,
Yeah.
first one they really leaned into that nostalgia.
Mhm.
Like they're like, this game isn't for kids anymore. This is for the guys that are in their 30s, 40s now that
Yeah.
played the original Modern Warfare.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard that all the streamers were pissed because it actually took talent to play.
Well, they've taken out a lot of the whole movement. On the last one, you could move so fast and do jumps and slides and slide cancels and all these things that really, like, if you spend a lot of time figuring out how to move on the game, you could get a serious advantage. Now it's all kind of like even the
Slowed down.
fastest are pretty much not that
Mhm.
fast. Like you'll
Like-
occasion, I've ran into one guy that I was like, holy fuck, how is he moving so fast? But that's
Right.
it, once.
Like it used to piss me off. Like you'd be
Mhm.
looking at a corner, you'd be look ADS and down at a corner, and
Mhm.
a guy would come around the corner, be like in a baseball slide, and then all of a sudden jump up like 3 feet into the air, spin around and shoot you, and you're like, that's
You're like,
an
what?
like the like I want like that's why I was want to try those PC shooters like Tarkov.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other, I can't remember, something Sandstorm or something like that, but it's like
Darude.
it's like it's like realistic movements, you know.
Yeah, or more realistic.
Yeah, more realistic movement, you know. Well, it's like when I play sports games,
Yeah.
I always put settings to where I'm not hitting 350, 400 with all my batters.
Yeah.
Like when the worst guy on my team has got 25 home runs by All-Star break.
See, that's why, like, that's one of the things I like about the show is it has a dynamic difficulty.
Yeah.
And like it tunes itself up and down based on how well you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty good. Like it usually tunes you in pretty well, and it's like, oh, you're at this level, and it pretty much keeps you right around there.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm somewhere between all-star and legendary veteran and all-star batting. Like I put it on veteran batting, I'm hitting dingers all the time.
Right. Well, we
But
played that game on All-Star just now. It was 4-2, completely reasonable.
Yeah, a reasonable game.
Wasn't like 17-16.
Right. Which is what it would be if we played on veteran.
Yeah. It wasn't our NCAA 14 scores, 200 and something to 200.
It would be interesting to play now because I've spent a lot more time playing video football.
Yeah.
And like now I know how like the EA football engines work. It would be different, I think.
Well, that was I think we've talked about that before. That's what always frustrated me about football video games is you could always find that mechanic where you run 4 streaks or something and one guy's always going to be open with a bomb and your quarterback can always throw it 70 yards.
Yeah. And
on a dime.
I'm going to wait for Robin to get back to say this because I don't want to say it twice.
Yeah. It's the pre-show.
It's the pre-show.
You don't need me. Oh.
Well, I think he can hear you still.
Can you still hear?
you.
Oh.
I have my headphones in my hand.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. The most annoying thing about playing football video games is that the CPU never misses a field goal. Ever. And like, so when I was playing NCAA, the one I got super deep in on GameCube, and it was like, I mean, I played like 30 seasons in my franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I remember I dropped CPU field goal accuracy all the way to 0, and they were still like 80%.
Right.
Like, you guys can only, because it was bullshit. Like, I'd stop them at the 40-yard line. They'd line up for a 57-yard field goal in college. I'd be like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
And they just drill it.
Right. And I always, because I like doing a creative player that's middle linebacker. I played middle linebacker. I want to play that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I had it, and I knew about where it was. Also, the original Modern Warfare 2.
Nice.
Yep.
Fucking love this game. I played so many hours, so many days.
Army of One.
Yes, one-man army.
One-man army.
Yeah, Army of One, I think, is the Army's actual slogan.
Yeah, they probably would have had to pay money for that.
Right. Oh man.
What was that
Yeah.
McHale's Navy where it's like, be all that you can be while he's out fixing the fucking.
Man, do they still have slogans like that? Like,
Yeah, it's Army of One. I'm pretty sure is still the. Well, let's ask
Mm.
Ben.
Hey Ben.
See, I can't. The Navy's for a while was a
Hey
force
Ben,
for good.
what's the Army slogan? It's what?
The Navy's, I think, like either while I was in or right after, it was a force for good was the thing that they would say at the end of their commercials, and I was like, that's lame as shit.
I always thought that the Navy slogan was shave your pubes and use lube.
Right?
So in movies, it's pretty well known that the villain generally thinks that they're the hero. They don't see themselves as a villain most
A
of
good
the
villain
time.
does.
Yeah, but so if the Navy's slogan is a force for good, and we ever fight anyone, are we telling them that they're the villain?
Right?
Naturally.
I mean, every country tells the other country that they're the villain.
I mean, it's a classic scenario that like if you pray to God that to win the war, you're praying to God to murder your opponent.
Right.
Mhm.
I love that America, because we have professional wrestling and Hollywood, we also are very much okay with embracing the heel role.
Yeah.
We have no problem being like, yeah, we have the biggest army. Fuck
Like,
you.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
it's the
Two things,
habitual
nothing
line.
like it.
Nothing like it. Jack and shit, and Jack just left town. The other one, it's like the habitual line stepper guy on TikTok, where it's
Yeah.
just like the whole thing is about how Russia's like, oh, we're gonna bomb you, and then the U.S. is like, no, you're not.
Nope, not
This-
doing that.
See what happens if you do. Like we are hoping that that a blade of grass in a wrong country is disturbed by
Right.
your presence, and then we get to just rail you.
Mm.
It's true. It's so funny because in the last like 2 months, there have been so many TikToks on what would happen if another country tried to invade America. It's just, yeah, Dave.
Have fun.
Yeah, right.
Have fucking fun.
Have fun is what our motto is when you try to invade us.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those deals where like the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, the Gadsden flag, is what it's there for a reason. Like it's a snake for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, realistically, you might be able to take some of the major cities, L.A., Seattle.
You would no fucking way you're
No.
taking LA.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think okay? Because here's what's going to happen, and this is what I was about to get to.
Yeah.
Is the fact that let's say the radio goes off and they're like, okay, Russia's invading the United States. Well, guess what? The heads of the Bloods and the Crips get together and say, you know what? We're done killing each other until these motherfuckers are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Latin Kings show up, and the fucking cartel shows up, and then the army shows up, and then the fucking militarized police show up, and then the fucking like.
We've got too many people willing to fight.
Yeah. And
maybe they
all
could
of
get
our,
San Francisco.
and all of our freeways are landing strips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're designed that way.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like,
can't remember what the actual rule is, but like there's
It's like every 3 miles there has to be
a straight stretch of a certain number of feet.
Yeah. It's like the entire United States is an Air Force base.
Yeah.
Right. The trip from Eugene to Salem is a fucking. We're landing all the planes.
Yeah.
I think about that frequently. I like how much time I've spent on I-5. I think about landing planes,
Yeah.
especially because Lewis McCord is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting because we have so say a country lands in LA. Okay, first of all, that is a city that is like roughly 30 miles across.
Yeah.
I'm guessing like it's fucking big. That's a big city. I wouldn't think they would start there, but say they did.
Yeah.
How long do you think it takes for our military to show up? Because you're going to have to get there and you're not sneaking up on us. We know you're coming.
From how long does it take for the Navy to scramble jets from San Diego to LA? Fucking
Don't
2
we have?
minutes.
We probably have jets in LA too. Do we not?
I'm just saying. I know that there's
I don't know.
there's a heavy naval force presence in San Diego. I just know
Right,
that.
100%. Yeah, that's very true, and that's where our fucking SEALs are.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of them, but I mean,
Yeah.
A lot
there's
of
some
them.
there. You can
Yeah.
find them.
But yeah, so all
I
the
know the
gangs
bar
are
to
getting
go
together.
to.
All the Second Amendment, gun honks are getting together. All the gays with guns are coming out. Like none of us are shooting each other. Like
The gays with guns are coming out.
that's
a great
the name of the
sentence.
pre-show.
Yeah, gays with guns.
Are coming out.
Are coming out. But yeah, like everybody is gonna gang up together and just fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not getting far trying to invade this country.
And like God forbid you try to go into the Midwest.
I just don't see it. I don't even know where you would go. Like, good luck.
See, yeah, Russia. Here's the thing, because you have to win a symbolic war. So for Russia, they would have to attack DC, and to attack DC, they would have to attack from Europe, which means they have to go through Europe.
Right.
And we got some friends there.
They might be able to go across like the North Pole, like that way.
That's gonna take a minute.
It's gonna take a minute. We're gonna see you coming. Exactly.
Germany's gonna get really confused because they're gonna be like, wait, you guys are trying to take over the world, but those are our friends now. And they're just really confused. And then they're
like, wait a minute, you guys were on their team when you beat us last time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made us surrender, but you also
it's got to be your bull.
It's got to be your bull. Yes.
Basically Germany and Japan are just out of it. They're like, hey, we already tried a couple times.
Japan doesn't have. Does they even have a military anymore, or do they have one again? Okay.
They got. Yeah, they're out there.
Yep.
They're
Italy again can't decide whose side they want to be on.
Yeah, they're just. They don't know whose side they're on, but we know that Sicily has been surrendered to whoever shows up first.
Right? France loses again.
Yeah, this time they actually put some speed bumps down the main drag to the Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah.
I want to look. I'm looking.
Have you ever heard that joke?
Go ahead.
That about Italy in World War II? They're like, hey, do you know, like in Italy they were Nazis, but their food's really good, so we kind of give them a pass.
Well, yeah, they're like, hey, all right, Hitler. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to find who has military size by country. Wait, Vietnam has 10 million people in their military?
That's like the population of Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like they're counting it says total per 1,000 is 108. So it's like over 10% of their population. Wait, they have 100 million people in Vietnam?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Okay.
You see how many people are in Vietnam? See, like the largest standing navy is China, but they also count like every single boat that they have in the water.
And their average distance that one of their boats can go is like 150 miles. They can go 150 out and 150 back.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You're going nowhere.
Got you for 3 minutes.
Okay.
That's usually what I say right before I'm about to have sex.
Anyway, I got a list of things.
You're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I got a couple things too. But.
I got something.
All right, man. Are you ready for a good ass show?
Yes.
I wish I could hit that note.
Yeah.
All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And you might hear it in my voice. I'm not at 100%, so I'm just gonna quickly throw it to the man, the myth, the legend. He's got his hat on backwards, and he just beat me at MLB The Show 23. It's Dave.
Call it a comeback. Get me a towel. That's Robin.
Kim Kardashian? she also had. Never mind. Oh yeah, hey.
No, that was different.
No, hey, and yeah, you already heard him. The poop snake known as Jake, coughing up a storm. You can't hear him, but you can see him if you're on YouTube.
Or Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify is what they should call
Spotify.
it.
That's how whales do podcasts. Pod.
They Spotify?
Yeah.
What would a whale podcast be about? No, so what would it be about? Not what would it sound like?
Oh, shit. Sharks.
Okay.
Hey, remember
Fish.
last week when I took my flipper and smacked that fucking shark 50 feet in the air?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
dude.
funny, dude.
Dude, did you hear what Gerald did? There was a fucking guy in a kayak, and he fucking popped up right next to him and fucking tipped him over.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Gerald's such a dick.
Gerald's such a dick, but there's nothing like
So
Mike.
funny.
Mike, you know the
Oh.
orcas?
Yeah?
Yeah, they got like 2 or 3 seals, and they just like played ping pong with them. It was hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, did you guys hear? Did you hear about
No, what?
Jerry?
No, what
Jerry
Jerry do?
fucking swallowed a scuba diver.
Okay, hold that thought. We're gonna be back. We need to get more here from Fish Facts. They use our promo code Podify right now. You'll save 25% off shipping, and it's the middle of the ocean, so they'll just drop it. It'll be perfect.
Yes.
Mike was telling me about going to the doctor the other day and getting his blowhole cleaned out.
No, what
Hey,
a dork.
yo.
Hey, you know, I'm not
Wait.
gay or nothing, but no one's
Yeah.
gonna touch my blowhole.
Yeah, or your dork,
Oh,
which is a whale's penis.
yeah,
Boom.
get him.
Ah,
Hey.
I
Hey,
wanna make sure
hey.
that everything's working here.
Are you guys ready for this?
Do. Yeah,
Y'all ready for this?
that's a yes.
Cocaine Bear is fucking amazing. I've been holding that in since last week.
yeah.
Like I started to talk about it several times, and I'm like, no, stop. I gotta save it.
Like
I gotta
you
say
sent like 3 minutes of Cocaine Bear in
Oh
the
my God.
Snapchat, and you're like, I love this movie.
Dude, it's so fucking good. It's like one of your best 80s or 90s movies, but with visuals from today's movie. Like even the bear looked really good. Like, I mean, there's certain times when you're like, that looks shitty, but
Right.
it was way better than the bear in that fucking Predator movie we watched last year. Remember that? The
Prey.
Prey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that bear looked terrible. At least the cocaine bear looked fucking good.
It was a Terror Bear.
It was a Terror Bear. Terror
was
Bear
un-
is the name of the show, by the way.
But you gotta say it in Chuck's voice.
Terror Bear.
Pervert.
Terror.
But so I went and watched Cocaine Bear. I don't remember. I think Thursday maybe. I was just in Roseburg, and I looked at the time, and I was like, I'm not really doing anything. I wonder if there's any movies playing. Cocaine Bears in half an hour. Boom, going to see that. So I went by myself, sit down with my bag of popcorn. I think I probably bought a drink. I think I bought a drink too. And the movie starts, or the trailer starts, and you can only hear the music and like some of the talking, and I'm like, I
Now
don't
keep in
think
mind,
this
when he
is-
says he went alone, he's the only person in the theater.
Well, eventually, like 8 other people showed up.
Oh.
But like when I got there, I was the only one in the theater. But like the trailers start and you can't hear anything, and then the movie starts. Or no, the movie hadn't quite started yet. And so I get up and I'm like, I'm gonna go tell the people up front. I'm like, hey, something's messed up with the sound, I think, because you can't hear everything in there. And they're like, okay. And I could tell this girl was new because
Right.
I just seen her. She was like, I'm gonna go check on this theater or whatever. And she didn't fix it. So then they start the movie, and I can hear music, and I see an airplane, but I don't hear any talking, and they fucking get about 3 minutes into the movie and they stop. It just goes off. They turned it off and turned it back on. And then all of a sudden we get to start it over. So we started over Cocaine Bear, and all of a sudden there's talking.
Amazing.
Hey, did
Yeah.
you try turning it off and turning it back on?
Exactly.
Worked
Fucking hackers.
every time.
But yeah,
in.
like there's cocaine, there's a bear,
Two of your favorite things.
And there's a bunch of people dying.
Three of
Like,
your favorite things.
It's very gory. Like, I was surprised at how
Mhm.
gory it was. It wasn't like well, I guess it is very unbelievable because some of the stuff, like, you'd be like, there's a leg just flew off. What the fuck?
It's like it's gore for comedic effect more than it is for
Yeah,
okay.
not like
Dude,
Hostel or those movies.
Right. It's not gore to make you grossed out. It's gore because it's there.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, and dude, you got to see this movie. I cannot wait to watch it again.
I think it's streaming now.
I saw somewhere that it was streaming. It'll be on Peacock soon. Like, I would imagine another couple weeks probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, you guys are gonna love that movie.
Yes.
I will buy it as soon as I can.
I'd look Indian. I can't even do my Indian voice. I look Indian. Yeah. Unfortunately, cocaine isn't available to stream on Netflix.
Cocaine isn't, but Cocaine Bear. No, it'll be on Peacock. I'm pretty sure when it's out.
I want to streamline that cocaine.
Yeah. The only problem with recording once a week is that sometimes I forget parts of it. Like, I don't remember a whole lot of the details. I'm sure I would remember it if I watched it. It starts out with a kid, single mom. She's got to go to work. Kid decides that she wants to go paint this waterfall at a park and skip school with her friend. And there's a cocaine bear on the loose. That's pretty much it. Ray Liotta's in it.
Nice.
I think
Was it his last movie?
I think it was his last movie.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Han Solo in the Solo movie, he's in it. Ice Cube's son is in it.
Ice Tray.
Ice
Ice
Tray,
Chip.
yep. Ice Chip also works. What is her name? And then the chick that is the mom. She's somebody we would recognize. Do you guys want to guess at it? She was in that one show where there were foreigners, like spies in America.
Carrie Russell.
Yep, there she is. That's her, Carrie Russell.
I'm a big Carrie Russell fan.
My favorite part was when the kids
find
did
out why.
cocaine. Kids doing cocaine
Oh
is-
God.
is hilarious. They're like, "Hey, we should do some cocaine," and the one, what's up?
Carrie Russell.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. So they're like, "I think you just eat it."
No.
Oh.
I mean, that works.
And I don't know if in real life the real cocaine bear had cubs, but in the movie it does.
Cocaine Cubs.
Are they
Yeah,
cocaine cubs?
Cubs? Oh, if the Chicago Cubs could just join brands. The Cocaine Cubs.
We could have a sequel to Cocaine Bear.
The Cocaine Cubs.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure the Cubs also ingested cocaine.
I mean, one way or another.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the mother lived in the movie. I don't remember. I think she dies. But we already know that the cocaine bear died because they have it stuffed in Tennessee.
It's also pretty cool. I think this is it's the first thing I've seen Katherine Heigl do that she was directing.
God damn it.
Katherine Heigl?
No,
Yeah.
it's Elizabeth
I
Banks.
thought it was Elizabeth. Okay, I was about
It
to say. I
is.
thought it
He
was
always
Elizabeth
gets
Banks.
he gets the two confused.
Yeah.
And it makes me laugh. So
Yeah.
Well, and then I looked and I saw that it was Elizabeth Banks, so I wanted to, it's the
I'm
same
also
person.
writing down Cocaine Cubs because that could also be a good name.
That is a good name.
episode.
I would get Elizabeth Banks and I can't think
Elizabeth
of
Shue.
Shohei Hotani.
her name. Yes.
Yeah.
No, she was in Butterfly Effect and she's dead now.
Oh, Brittany
Brittany-
Murphy,
Yeah, for some reason I would get Elizabeth Banks and Brittany Murphy mixed up.
the voice of Luann on King of the Hill.
I don't remember her in. I haven't seen Butterfly Effect in a long time.
Neither
I can
have
only
I.
think
That's
of
a good ass movie. Though.
Amy Smart.
Amy Smart.
Yeah, I almost said Amy Ryan, which is Holly from The Office.
Amy Adams and Isla Fisher. Those two. I get them.
They look similar enough. I
Yeah.
could see that.
Mhm.
I don't know who Rachel Wise or Rachel Adams are, and I think they're the same person.
Oh, that's a good one. Rachel Weisz and Rachel Adams. Yep.
I don't know who Rachel
wait, no.
Weisz is, but Rachel Adams is the girl from The Notebook and Mean Girls.
Actually, now that I think about it, Rachel Weisz is the Mummy.
Yeah, I never watched that.
And she was also in
Wait, oh, you weren't on the episode when we went over movies that I should have seen that you would think I have seen.
No, I was. Oh wait, yeah, I was. I remember now.
Yeah, The Mummy. I've never watched it.
Like,
I probably should.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you
I
really
dig
when you break it down, like the original Mummy movie is like it's a very, very complete movie. It has pretty much everything you want in a film.
Boobs?
No boobs.
Okay, well, then not everything.
Everything you
I said pretty much.
Oh.
PG-13 movie.
There, how about that?
There was a time when I had a movie scale where I had like 5 categories and boobs was on there. That was one of the categories you had to fulfill. And so, like, I still do the when I use the Run P app when I watch a movie. Have you ever heard of this?
Yep.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, why don't you tell them what it is?
So Run P is this app that somebody goes and watches the movies and they figure out when a good time to pee would be during the movie. And so when they start a timer, you start your timer at the start of the movie. And when it gets to the point, it usually gives you like a 30 second to a minute heads up before you get to that point. Your phone vibrates, sends you a notification that says, hey, this is a good time to go pee. And while you're peeing, you can read the summary of what you're missing.
Oh.
So, yeah, so the app tells you what you're going to miss.
See, I didn't know about that. I just thought it. Yeah, that's really cool.
It really beats my usual catheter move that I do for long movies. Like, saves me a lot of pain.
Makes sense.
I just pee in someone else's popcorn bucket.
Oh, that's terrible.
Tasty.
So anyway, at the start of the movie, when you use the Run P app, it says, "What do you expect this movie to be like? Rate it 1 to 10," and you give it a pre-movie rating, and then after the movie's over, you get a chance to re-rate it what you thought it was. And so, like Cocaine Bear, I think I marked it at like a 7, and after I was done, I was like 9.5. Even without the boobs. Needed the boobs to be a 10. I give him a 10.
10. I wish I had more hands.
But yeah, that's my movie rating system had boobs on there. Comedy was part of it. Like, did I laugh? Even at like The Godfather, Michael Scott kind of was like, it really wasn't as good as Godfather.
There weren't as many laughs.
Yeah. Only a few good laughs, I think is what he says. Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. I'll say also the marketing campaign for Cocaine Bear was really good. Like I was listening to Dan Patrick and they're like, in 3 days, Cocaine Bear. And then it was just people saying Cocaine Bear over and over and over. It's like different parts of the movie of people saying Cocaine Bear. A bear did cocaine. Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear.
That's awesome. Dude, there's one part where, and this isn't going to ruin the movie for anybody, but Ice Cube's Ice Tray gets his fucking finger shot off.
Oh my God, now the whole movie's ruined.
I know, right? And Han Solo puts it in his pocket. Oh,
I hope this doesn't ruin the movie, but at one point there's a
stupid.
bear who does cocaine.
Oh. Yeah, actually, there's 3 bears.
3
Cocaine
different
bears.
The 3 cocaine bears. They're turning Goldilocks into a
Yeah.
Cocaine Bears movie now.
They're like,
This cocaine is just right.
Goldilocks and the 3 bears in the trap.
Someone did put enough cocaine in my bowl. And then they just tear up the fucking blonde chick.
Oh my gosh.
Elizabeth Banks walks to the door and they just rip her to shreds because they're like, Cocaine Bear!
That's awesome. Oh, the other one is Tyler
That's not
Ferguson.
what I thought you meant by
that's in
that.
the movie.
Jake's no voice.
I'm a bear.
Tyler Ferguson, the redhead gay guy from Modern Family. He's in the movie.
Oh, yes?
Yeah. Oh, also, Dave will recognize this. The redhead from Game of Thrones, the big guy. Is the big woman there?
Oh yeah. Tormund?
He's in it at the start. What'd you
Isn't
say?
that Tormund?
Tormund? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's his name. Anyway,
I-
I loved it. You should see it 100% as soon as you can. Great fucking movie.
I wish I'd seen that in IMAX.
Oh my god, dude, we should watch it.
Oh, we will.
Do a
I'm sure
watch
we will.
along.
Well, like Amazon has this thing where I'm getting off track, but there is no track, so it's fine. Amazon has this thing where you can watch a watch party with your friends. So you can start a movie and I can join in and watch with you, and like we can watch along and text along, whatever we want to do.
Jen and I, there was a website that we did that when I was living in Corvallis and she was living up here. We like every Monday we would get on and we'd watch a movie or whatever, and like the screen we'd be on each side and the screen would be in the middle, and that would be we'd have like movie dates and stuff.
How did you guys meet?
Tinder.
Oh, were you in Seattle or was she down here?
I was in Seattle.
And you're just like, hey, let's see what I can find.
Soup. She did get a super like though.
I don't know anything about that app.
So you know, you swipe right for a like, you swipe left for a pass, and then there was one that you got one every 24 hours. You got a super like, and it put you at the front of the table essentially. Like so, the next time the person puts the app, it says, "Hey, this person super liked you." So and then they're like, and so she liked me back, and it was like after midnight on New Year's. And you know, I was a little drunk, and I was like, oh, you know, hey, what's going on? And then so we talked for a little bit, and you know, nothing happened because nothing was gonna happen. And then like fell out of contact for a little while, and then her birthday came around in March, and like we talked on Snapchat, and she sends me a snap, and I was like, yes, Dave.
No, pizza here. Pizza's here.
Pizza here.
All right, Dave. He didn't need to hear this part anyway.
Yeah, that's cool. And so I'm like, hey, yeah, everything's cool. That looks good. And about a month later, I went up to Seattle. We had a date, and then about 5 months later, I moved up here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard you tell any of that, and I don't think I've ever asked.
Yeah, you know, it's not a secret, but you know,
no,
it's
but I just never asked.
Similar, like not very many people ask, like, oh, how'd you and your wife meet? You know, it's like,
yeah,
yeah, it was super funny, and then like. I promise, like, I don't bring it up to her because I feel like it's rude at this point. But like, I moved up here, and then 4 days later we broke up, and like we were yeah, like then we had to work together.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so because she got me a job, or she let me know about a job at the election office, and that's the first time. And like, so her and I were working together in the election office, literally in the same row, like. We broke up on a Friday. We had to work together on a Monday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was, and so we had to get used to one another, like professionally.
Right.
And then you know we became friends, and then after we were able to become friends, and we got back into dating, and here we are.
Gotcha. Yes, yeah, I never, and I remember hearing you talk about working there at the election office. I don't think ever put those two things together that you were both there.
Yeah, it's actually funny. There's a video on my Snapchat, or not my Snapchat, my Instagram, when the alarm there was a fire alarm. Someone pulled the fire alarm while we were in the phone bank. Yeah. She's in the background. Like I go around a bit, and she's like, I'm like no idea that, you know, 6 years later.
That's crazy. Also, it didn't seem like it's that long ago. Is this 6 years already?
Yeah, I moved up here 6 years ago, almost 7.
Jesus.
It'll be 7 years in September.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, well.
Don't worry. I'm selfish like that about everyone that moves away.
Yeah, I know.
I have no problem admitting it. It's how I am.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've moved away how many times?
Yeah, Dave gets Dave gets the most shit for it. I mean,
yeah,
I get off easy as far as I'm concerned for moving away. Like like we had to eat a lot of shit the year that the Ducks went 4-8 because like that was apparently our fault.
Yep.
Uh,
Just like when I die on DMZ because Dave went and got killed like in the last game.
Yeah. Yep.
Your fault that the Ducks went 4-8.
Yeah, it's definitely our fault. Like that was one of the worst, like one of the saddest moments of my life. I was working at Amazon on the Saturday that Oregon lost to Washington 70-21.
Ugh.
And I look up at the TV and there's just another touchdown and I'm working at Amazon and I'm like, this is the worst day of my life.
I missed that game as well. And I don't remember. I think it was because I had to coach football that day. And that was when I was coaching at Days Creek when we had Saturday games.
Yeah.
By the time I got to Glendale, I was like, we're not playing any more Saturday games. It's not happening.
Dumb.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
This is high school. Why are we playing on Saturday?
Well, a lot of times it would be like, well, we don't have lights, and this way our fans can come. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Like
Yeah.
We don't have lights either, but we don't play home games on Saturday. We're not doing it. Stupid. Neither should you. Fucking figure it out.
That's what I said. So
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Do you know what my shirt says?
I can't see it. I see the H.
It says whatever you want it to say because no one speaks Russian.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, but I think it says Putin's a dickhead.
That's funny.
I'm exactly ding. I'm not exactly sure if that's what it says, but I'm gonna allow it.
I feel like I remember I was talking to a couple friends of mine when the whole Russia-Ukraine thing began.
Yeah.
I remember like the sentiment of it being like, oh my God, if like Ukraine can hold on for like 2 or 3 weeks, it would be amazing. And it's like we're at like a year now.
Yeah, over a year now.
And it's I mean we don't talk about this sort of shit on here, but it's kind of funny like how like the international opinion of this whole thing has just completely changed.
What do you mean?
I feel like for a while it was like, oh my God, how will Ukraine withstand the barrage and the onslaught of the Russian forces? And then like a month later, they're like, wait, Russia has no idea what it's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take very long for people to realize Russia had no clue what it was doing, and also they were gonna run out of shit. Like, that's crazy.
One of the things that was the most stunning, and then we can definitely move on, was like the wing. I think it's Wagner. Basically the mercenaries. Like they had their own private cemetery, and they showed the satellite footage of it like a month at 1 month, and then the next month there was like 100 new plots in the cemetery.
Oh wow!
And those were like the trained mercenary.
Oh, for Russia?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if Russia really knows how to war.
No, they know how to
anymore.
lose wars like since 1915.
It's like we talked about it before, where like Russia is running out of time to be Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that part of their plan was to hopefully take over Ukraine and get some young people.
Women.
Yeah, exactly. It's not working out.
Yeah. Get some more baby makers in their country.
And if they tell them you're Russian, then they are.
It's really weird that that's a thing, because like Japan's having the same problem.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not as big a dicks as Russia is about it. They're not trying to invade people to, get some more baby makers in there. But Japan, like I was watching a video the other day on the housing market in Japan. Because
you can buy a house for like $500.
Yeah. Like I kind of want to go buy a place in Japan. Like, go to fucking Japan. I mean, they won't.
Don't pay your taxes for a year and then just go to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to go learn where we can go in Japan. Because.
What do you mean?
Like certain bars,
we're white.
We're white. We got tattoos. Like you can't get into bars. Some bars and some restaurants and stuff like that. Yeah. That's a real thing. And
I don't know why it surprises me. Like, this is the country that you're allowed to watch porn, but it has to have the pubes blurred.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with Japan?
But they'll have a cartoon with like 10 tentacles just fucking force fucking some teenage girl.
Yeah, because it's a cartoon and you're allowed to do that. That's not a person.
Right.
don't understand that.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe it's the results of being bombed back into the Middle Ages, but
Well, I mean, there's
fuck,
even
man.
even in Korea
Yeah.
and South Korea, same thing. There's some places that white folk, like Americans, can't go to. There's certain designated bars for foreigners.
And then they want to get mad when Americans beat up Asians. Come
Yeah.
on.
Well, I mean, that's just one of those things that, like, it always
It's-
makes me laugh when people in this country are like, "Oh, we're so racist as a country." It's like,
We're honestly
like-
on the better end of things.
yeah, like
Comparatively, we're
yeah, we've got some problems. But I'm not gonna walk up to a bar and people are like, "Oh, you're half Asian? Get the fuck out of here!"
well, not around here. You might if you were like down in Alabama.
Yeah, sweet home.
They'd be like, hey, you one of them math Asians or you one of them soccer Asians?
Oh,
I am not a math Asian.
You need to get out.
what are the soccer Asians?
I am not a math Asian is the name of this episode.
I still want to know what the soccer Asians are.
You know, the South Koreans. They're pretty good at soccer.
Oh.
And then the Japanese women are pretty good at soccer.
Apparently,
Yeah, that's
Japanese
true.
are pretty good at baseball.
Yeah, better than America.
Yeah.
That's just relative. Did we have our best pitchers there?
No,
See?
it's the B team.
It's like it always takes the US losing in basketball to get our best players to be like, all right, we'll play in the Olympics.
Yeah. And then
like
72, and then we're like, all right, we'll get some good guys in there. And then 88 happened, and we're like, all right, best players who ever lived, put them there. Then like after that, we're like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, well, it's getting kind of boring winning all the time. Whatever. Everybody always, okay, we lost. Where's LeBron James? Somebody call Kobe Bryant.
You know, LeBron, KD, Kobe, they all were like, hey, we can't fucking lose this shit again. Like,
we
that's
just lost to
embarrassing.
Venezuela.
That's embarrassing.
Puerto Rico took our shit.
We might have to step it up for the next one because France is going to be tough, I think.
Yeah,
they got that fucking unicorn Wimbayama or whatever his
Victor
name
Wimbayama.
is. Wimbayama, yeah. That's going to be interesting. Spain's kind of fallen off because the Casals are old.
Right. And
actually,
so
most of their good players are really old.
Mm-hmm.
But France is going to be the tough one.
Yeah, because I think even Nicolas Batum still plays for France, and he's still as far as Euroball goes, is pretty good.
Yeah. Did you see the thing that Dame said the other day about?
I'm done for the rest of the year. Leave me alone.
Well, no, I don't think that was his idea. But the thing that I think it was something like I'm not here for a rebuild or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like I think he leaves after this year if we don't fucking figure it out.
Yeah, if there isn't a lot of some serious moves in the offseason, I bet he'll demand a trade.
He has given Portland so much fucking time to figure it out.
Yep.
He's given them a crazy amount of time as far as professional athletes these days.
It's that fucking owner.
Yeah.
And that's our problem.
We talked about it a little bit today. I've read a couple articles where it says that teams don't want to deal with the Portland Trailblazers because of they don't feel that the Blazers deal in good faith. And the things that happen, this all happened mostly after the Gary Payton 2 trade happened. But they're saying that this happens all the time with the Blazers. The medical staff in Portland is so bad that they don't know how to vet players' injuries, and they don't know how to do anything, which is why also so many guys get hurt in Portland, and then they rehab forever, and they never get better.
Yeah.
Because Portland's medical staff has been dog shit since Brandon Roy was here.
And isn't Moda the health company? So we have the Moda Center, but we don't have health?
But our training staff is absolute turds.
Below par.
Subpar. Below average.
Par, below average, below me.
Me.
Exactly. Well, that's fucking shitty. Like,
Yeah.
I think as far as most Oregonians are concerned, at least if you watch basketball, you're a Dame fan, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's done so much for the city.
Right, and the state really, like
Mhm.
he tries, and he gave us his loyalty when we probably didn't deserve it, you know.
No, he was not the hero we needed, but he was the one, or he's not the hero we deserve, but he's the hero we needed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because I've been a Blazer fan since I'm gonna say 1990. I think was when I started paying attention to the Blazers. But it's a long time, and we made it to the finals once or twice.
92 or 91, 92 against the Pistons.
Uh-huh.
And then
No, the Bulls.
The Bulls, and then 90, 91 against the Pistons.
Yeah, Bulls and yeah. So yeah, we've been twice in my lifetime, and we've been in the conference finals.
Western
like
Conference
4
Finals
times.
in 99 and 2000.
Yeah. Well, Dame got us to the conference finals once too.
Yeah.
What do we need? What does Portland need? If you are the GM, how do you fix Portland?
First thing we do is to trade Yusuf Nurkic.
100%. Go. Bye.
I'm not even a huge knowledgeable basketball guy, and I know that shit.
Yeah, like they have Portland's biggest flaw in everything is that they overvalue their own assets. And they think that their shit's better than everyone else's. And when people come and they ask for it, they're like, okay, well, what you're offering us isn't good enough. And then they end up getting less than what they get because they hold on to him for too long. Right. And they get nothing out of it. Like Nicholas Batum is a perfect example of that. He was the glass ceiling player for the Blazers for like 3 seasons. Everybody was just waiting for him to blow up. And they're like, oh, what, trade Nicholas Batum. And they never did. And then they waited until he wasn't anything. And they traded him to Charlotte for fucking a mixed bag of nothing.
We either do that or we trade guys right before they blow up.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal is a good one. We've had a couple of them. Gary Trent Jr. Look at him.
Gary Trent Jr., Aaron Aflalo. I feel like Jokic ended up with the Nuggets because of that Nurkic trade.
Well, they had both Nurkic and
That's right. Yeah.
And we got Nurkic. That's what they're like, oh, we can't have both these guys. We'll trade you one of them.
They're like, we should have taken the other one.
Yeah, and we gave up Will Barton, who's like kind of tearing it up there, and yeah, like I don't know, man. I don't know how to fix it, and
CJ McCollum they had for too long. Like he was a hot commodity, and then they traded him to the Pelicans for nobody.
I think we got draft picks. I think that was our. But yeah, exactly. What do you?
But it's not like Portland can draft.
If you're not drafting in the top 5, if you're not drafting in the top 5, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I was gonna say I think we have the 4th pick this year. Like at minimum, I think we get the 4th pick. So.
Well, unless we end up with unless we somehow end up with Victor Wembanyama, like. It's not happening.
He isn't eligible until next year, right?
I don't know.
I think it's next year because
they're just gonna draft somebody that's got terrible knees. All they do.
Just best available player. That's all you need to do. Just best available player. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of being a Blazer fan.
It's tough. But I also don't want to go to the next nearest team, which is Golden State. They can fuck off.
They can fuck off.
Yeah.
Like the Kings are closer.
Yeah, Kings are closer.
Light the beam.
Are they?
Light the beam.
Like to me, Sacramento and
closer.
San Francisco are like right there.
We go through Sacktown, but remember we went through Sacramento before we got to the Red Box Bowl.
I feel like because we wanted to.
That's because it's north.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a map.
This is geography with my show.
The other option is we wait for the Supersonics to come back and you guys just jump back on the train with me.
I'm down with that. Let's fucking do that.
Let's be Sonics fans.
I still have my the supersonic shoes, the Reebok ones.
Nice.
Okay, so it is. But if I turn the map, if I
Upside
take
down.
the map, no, if I take it and just go like this, they're even.
Oh, okay.
But wait. Get off there. So I turn the map. Okay, just squeeze this out. Oh, no. Turn. I can't do it.
You blew it.
You blew it.
You blew it.
He's changing the Earth's
Billy likes
axis
soda.
so that Sacramento and
All of a
and San
sudden,
Francisco are right there.
all of a
There
sudden,
we
we're
go.
upside down now. Robin was
Magnetic
actually.
poles. Have you heard anything about that? The magnetic poles are moving. I mean, like they're always moving, but they're thinking that they're gonna flip soon. You heard anything of that?
No,
Oh.
haven't heard that. That
What do you mean
sounds
by
terrifying.
soon? Like in the next million years?
Like in the next 100 years.
Okay, I don't give a fuck. I'll be
I'm
dead.
gonna be dead, but I also don't.
Well, I'm
I
not gonna be dead.
don't believe you're
I'll be
telling
like
me.
Dwight.
You're telling me the Earth is fucking doing a flippy floppy on its axis in 100 years?
Within.
So it could be tomorrow,
Could be tomorrow.
Yep.
That's a realistic possibility.
or it could be 2 days.
That could happen.
Imagine if it
Imagine
did,
if it were 3 days.
if it did flip in
I could see
one
that
day,
happening.
the drastic
What if
changes that would
It were
happen.
4 days.
That's a realistic timeline.
But there's no way you could do 5 days.
No.
It's possible.
Other than we just kept
Wait,
going.
is it
Dave was
possible?
talking. We
Dave's
just kept
still
going.
talking, and we're over here doing our own thing. Oh,
It's like they keep telling us that Mount Rainier is going to explode, and we're well overdue for that. And I
Yeah.
see it every
Right.
day, and I'm just like, is today? I swear I saw it venting the other day. I'm like, uh-oh.
Well, no, actually, we're all dead right now. This isn't actually real
Yeah,
life.
like we're
because
all dead.
Simulation.
They said that we are going to die because of global warming,
Mhm.
like in the 70s. So what's happening this is all just a figment of our soul's imaginations.
Hmm.
This plate is
We're
Did you
just-
see that video of that soul that went flying?
What if we're all
Unrelated.
the
just
Kia Soul?
Yeah.
with the maybe?
Yeah, the tire came off.
Yes,
Comes off
yeah.
that pickup. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Man,
I
I wish I could have seen that. I wish that could happen to my car.
Could you imagine seeing that on the freeway? You're like driving along, you're like do ah, what the fuck?
Well, I can't
I'd have
imagine
a
I
boner.
can't imagine how I'd react. Like if I'm driving down the freeway, probably high. So and then just like no one's gonna believe this.
Right? Well,
'Cause
I've
I'm
seen
not-
a wheel come off like that. Well, so I've had it happen to me. The wheel or the tire came off the Geo once. Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
Oh my God. So Sissy was driving my Geo before I sold it like the second time or the first time. And we're driving to Roseburg. We get past the green exit and I feel the car start to get like this wobble. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I can feel it's in the back. So I reach over and pull up on the e-brake real quick with my thumb on the button. And it goes, and the fucking rear tire goes flying off and it goes shooting across, bounces across the freeway and ends up over on a hill. And I'm like, what the fuck? I get out. The center is still bolted on. The wheel broke. The
What?
wheel broke from all of the e-braking I was doing into crouches all the time.
Oh my
and
god.
I had the steel wheels and the fucking I bolted it on, right? I mean, like I had it mounted, but I just fucking broke the wheel. And so I still have the center somewhere.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. And so I got out, changed the fucking tire. And then the next day I went back and found the other one because that tire was fine. I just had a spare tire in the back. And it was like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. I don't remember where I was going or why we were going to Roseburg, but yeah. And then the other time that I saw it happen, I was coming down Roberts Mountain on the south side, and I'm following this Chevy Suburban pulling a trailer. And I noticed that their left wheel on the trailer was like sticking out past the fender. And as the guy takes the turn to go around to the right, I see that fucking wheel start to pull out further and further and
Oh,
further.
shit.
And like the axle had basically, it was like a cartoon. So if you can see my pen, it just kept sliding out until the whole axle came out and the wheel just like flops around. And I was like, what the fuck is that? That's awesome. I passed him and kept going.
Not my problem.
Right?
What's
Exactly.
the craziest thing you've seen on the freeway?
I mean, those are up there.
Those are up there.
A
Crazy.
zebra.
A zebra.
A zebra.
God, that's up there for sure though.
Mhm.
Trying to think if I've ever seen like a crash.
A white
Yeah.
Bronco being chased by multiple cops.
Multiple cops. There was one time I was driving home from Salem when I was going to school up there in Monmouth. I get passed by this car at Rice Hill, and I was going like 85, 90 the whole time. And this guy passed me like I wasn't fucking moving, just, and I'm like, holy fuck, that guy's gonna fucking get pulled over. I get to Roberts Mountain again, and there's that fucking car on its roof. And I was like, that's what you get, bitch. Slow the fuck down. Oh, man.
No,
I one
no
time
animals were
saw-
harmed in making
I one
this.
time saw a couple fucking by the river as I was driving down the freeway.
That's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Did I almost wreck because I kept looking? Yes.
Dude, Gramps almost drove us into the river once. Ever tell you
Well-
that?
No.
Oh, hunting season. Gramps is driving. We're heading out. We're out Cow Creek, and there's this spot where the road crosses the Cow Creek, and it's just a narrow 2-lane bridge. We're coming up to it, and Gramps is looking off over to his right. The bridge goes to the left, and I'm sitting there in the passenger seat watching the road. It's like 6 a.m, and I go, "Hey, watch that bridge!" And he goes, "Huh?" We were fucking 5 feet from going off because it's like a 30-foot drop if you keep going straight.
Right.
He crashes into the bridge,
Oh,
flattens both tires. Like, so he turned enough that we made it onto the bridge, and our right 2 tires
hit the
and wheels hit
curb.
the fucking, yeah, and it was like those K-rail type of
Yep.
sides. And so when it did it and landed, it popped both fucking tires on the right side. And we're like, it's like 2 miles past cell phone service at least at 6 a.m. So we hobbled the truck back across, and Gramps only has 1 spare tire. And I was like, I think if I go over here, I can get a cell phone signal and call my dad. And I went over, found a spot because you could see down the canyon. I found a spot, and I'm like, hey, we're out Cow Creek. Gramps just hit the bridge, and we need you to go get his big ass jack and 1 spare tire. He had a whole full set of tires right there in his driveway.
Naturally.
So, yeah, so we just sat there and waited for my dad to show up, and he goes, what happened? I'm like, oh, Gramps tried to fucking kill us.
Yeah.
Like, he almost just drove off that fucking cliff right there. What? And Gramps goes, well, I was looking at that road over there, and there's these dirty hippies that got a bus. And I was like, what the fuck are they doing? And I was
You're
like,
just now bringing this up?
well, we didn't die, so that's all that matters.
Goddamn hippies. It's all their fault.
Man, I
Right?
remember there was this friend of mine and I, we would go out to the hot springs outside Oak Ridge. And one time we got there and there was a couple people banging it out right when we got there.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, we're leaving. I'm like, cool, because it's time for you to leave.
I'm trying to think. I mean, like, I've seen some things at Crouches. Definitely
Yeah.
caught people having sex multiple times. Lots of different people.
There was one
Those
time I
were the
busted into a
days.
room and smacked Chuck on the ass. You remember that one?
I do.
We walk in there. I'm like, "What's up?"
Oh my god.
Smacked him on his ass.
Oh my god. I
Someone
had
should
another
watch you
another
for that.
fun story about driving with Gramps that I wanted to tell you.
All right.
So hunting season again. Gramps is driving because he's always driving. And we're driving down this logging road, and there's fucking trees kind of falling all over. And Gramps has got his head looking straight out the left because he's driving. And my dad's in the front seat. I'm in the back, but like in the middle, so I can see either way. And I'm kind of looking down the road. My dad's looking down the road, and there's a hill on our right. So like Gramps is the only one who can really, really see well out the left. So he's looking for deer. And get to this spot where there's a fucking log laying in the road, but it's like down the road, so it's not like it's laying across.
Right.
He doesn't see it. And my dad goes, "Hey, what's that log?" And Gramps looks down even further to see. He's like, "What log are you guys looking at?"
What are you all talking about?
Bump. Everybody slams forward because Gramps just ran our right fucking tire into this fucking log that's just sitting there. We shoved this log. It's probably a 20-foot log. We shoved it down the road about 5 feet. And he's like, "Oh, God damn it, there's a log there."
Like, no shit.
Oh, Gramps can't multitask.
Right? So all the time, my dad would be like, "Hey, watch that log. Watch that log." Anytime we'd get near a bridge, if we were going, and I think he might even remotely be looking another way. "Hey, watch that bridge. There's a bridge. Watch
There's a
that
bridge. Don't drive off. Don't kill us.
God damn. Gramps had an interesting way of driving. Like I remember being at 15 or so. I think I was learning how to drive. Getting I had my permit, and Gramps is driving on the road from Days Creek to Canyonville, but he's driving like it's a race car, like inside, outside. And I go, "Gramps, are you not going to stay in your lane?" He's like, "Well, I pay for both lanes." And I was like, God damn it. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Or the other one was he'd drive over the inside, and if it was paved, he'd have another extra couple feet on the inside of the road. And I'd asked him about that. And I was like, "Hey, you could stay between the lines on this side too." And he's like, "Well, they pave it for a reason, don't they?" That's good logic.
Yeah.
I can't argue that. He's not wrong.
Gramps' logic was, "I don't give a fuck."
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna do what I want, and you're not gonna fucking do anything about it. And I think I was the only one to ever say anything about it.
One of the funniest encounters ever was the time that my dad needed to get towed, and Gramps helped him, and my dad was not prepared for the person that Gramps is. And he's like, and my dad's like, "I'm trying because this guy's helping me, but he's like, I swear to God, he's the most annoying man I've ever talked to in my life."
Oh, that's funny.
Because Gramps is just yammering about God knows
Right.
what.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
And my dad's already pissed off because his truck is dead and the trailer's dead and
Right.
life is miserable. And then Gramps is just blue sky and whatever the fuck is going on.
Oh my God.
Man,
that guy had some fucking stories too.
he was a character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure. He was definitely my favorite person.
So from your favorite person to my least favorite person right now, I got to legendarily motherfuck somebody at work earlier this week.
Let's hear about it.
So, as has been referenced on the show, I worked with a guy who's a fucking dick, and he sucks, and I hope he gets fired soon, or quits, whichever.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck him. He shows up late. He leaves early. He doesn't do very good work. He's kind of a dick. It's just an unpleasant person.
Yeah.
Bales, he was like, for a while I thought that maybe it was just, and like I've had 2 Maxwells do this to me now, where they're like, I thought you were just being Jake, where you don't like new things and you refuse to adjust. But
Yeah.
upon further review, you were right the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I know, guy sucks. But so I got tired of him showing up with Starbucks and being late and not even having the decency to apologize for it. And so I finally hit the wall and unloaded on him. I told him he was unreliable. I told him that he was essentially a material handler, a forklift driver, and that's as high as he could aspire to be. Let's see. I told him he was full of shit and a liar. And a lot of this stuff, normally people would swing on you for, but he's also a pussy, which I think I said. So yeah. And like I'm saying this and I've got a badfacts.info sticker on the back of my cart. So it's not as though I'm trying to, anybody can hear it, anybody can get it. But yeah, basically there was a lot of, I could go on and on about this conversation because I fucking tore him up one side and back down the other. I kind of Ben Shapiro'd him, if I'm being honest.
Oh God.
I would wait, and I would wait for him to say 3 or 4 words.
Let's pretend that there's an individual.
I would let him get 3 or 4 words out, and then I would immediately counter his point that I knew he was going to get to.
That's awesome.
So he'd be like, well, that's not even, oh, it is. Okay. And then like it got to a point and like I'm legitimately feel like it's part of the reason I don't have some of my voice is because of the ass chewing I gave this guy.
Oh, wow.
And then the next day it was baseball practice. So like I didn't get any rest.
Yeah. And
so, yeah. I got to talk to my boss about it today and she asked what happened. I told her and she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, you're to that point where you're kind of the guy.
Yeah.
At that place. So
I kind of am in a weird, I'm not like
the guy, but you're in your area of expertise.
I'm
so
the
to
guy.
Speak, you're the guy.
Yeah.
You are him.
I am him. I can do pretty much. I can do almost anything in the department, and I can do any job well enough for any amount of time.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, like you said, and so at this point, I'm like, fuck this dude. I walked in, I told my boss, I said, hey, we should fire this dickhead and let me run the warehouse.
Yeah.
And then today we had a meeting, and it was a follow up with the meeting because I'm like, I can't trust this guy. He's an unreliable dickhead, and he's a liar.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one of his stories, and I'll let you. You can be the judge.
All right.
But I was like, look, if we need to make an adjustment to the structure of our team, I'm willing to do what needs to be done to make that successful.
There you go.
And I just looked at my boss and
you're basically saying I'm willing to pick up his slack.
Yeah.
If we can get rid of him.
Yep. That's exactly what I said.
Fair fucking trade.
And then today she was like, well, I want to make sure we have some clear definitions of what the roles in the warehouse are. I was like, oh, you're creating a list of responsibilities for a position? How strange.
Yeah.
Sounds like something someone would do when they were creating a position on Indeed.com.
.com.
Because that's where I found it. So we've all run afoul of the law going fast.
Yeah. There was a time when I had at least one speeding ticket every year from the time I was 16 to 26, I think. And I never got to 3 in a year because then you lose your license. But I had my 2 multiple times.
They call that the decade of delinquents.
Yes.
The decade.
I called it the decade of awesomeness.
That's fair. So we've all been pulled over. We've all gotten speeding tickets.
Mm-hmm.
What? Now, Emma pulled you off?
No. Here's. Now up here we have the piss off ghost. We've got HOV lanes up here in Seattle. You don't have them in Roseburg because you don't have.
We only have Jay-Z on CD.
Yeah, exactly.
Depth charge.
Depth charge. Anyway, so yeah, this Jabronsky claims that the day after getting pulled over for speeding and getting cited for speeding, he got pulled over the next morning by a cop who was watching him violate the HOV lane on his cell phone, and he let him off with a warning.
The day after you got a ticket? Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
You are full of shit.
And that's exactly what I told him. I said, I looked at him, I was like, you really think I believe your bullshit story about getting pulled over the day after you got pulled? Like, fuck you, bullshit. And he's like, it did happen. I'm like, no, it didn't. And then
show me the ticket for the first one.
And then later on the day, he pulls his wallet. He's like, oh, I didn't think I had my license, from when the cop took it. And I'm like, don't. But yeah, we got to the point
that is so good. Like, oh, I didn't. Shut the fuck up.
I'll take things that didn't happen for $500.
Yeah, and so
Wait,
he
Alex
got.
is here?
Yeah, maybe someday. But yeah, I gave him the I'm about to eat your entire face look. Like, yeah. I mean, you guys have seen me angry, and this was me at about an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I like, somebody comes in, and for those, and I'm dealing with a narcissist as well.
Right.
So, like, somebody comes in,
tells you what he thinks you need to hear.
Exactly, and I'm really good at parsing out bullshit. Somebody comes in to make a delivery while I'm in mid motherfuck. Like, I'm knife handing and yelling at this guy. Like, I'm not even in the military and I'm knife handing at this guy.
It's very good.
It's very good. But for those of you who don't know, you point with all 5 of your fingers because, if you point with one finger, there's 3 pointing back at you. And I want you to be sure that there is no way in hell that there's any confusion that this is your fucking fault. All 5 fingers are pointing at you.
Rigid as fuck.
I need to practice that. I'm going to remember that.
So, yeah, I've got the fucking, like... And he looks at me, he's like, does it have to be this way? I'm like, it does have to be this way, motherfucker. And then somebody comes walking in, and he's like, I'm like, no, we're not gonna stop and pause so you can sit and think of what to say. Say what you got to say. And I was like, I'm trying to remain professional. I'm like, there's nothing professional about you, motherfucker.
Ooh, maybe you should have started that by being on time, bitch.
Yeah, I said you haven't mastered the basics of showing up when work starts and leaving when it ends.
Right.
Like,
it's a good time to throw out the I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. Like, this guy just does not fucking get it.
But I have been playing the fool for a while, and my explosion on Monday exposed me that I wasn't exactly the fool I've been playing.
Right.
So yeah, that's fun. And now it's Ozzy and Harriet because he's trying to suck up and get back in my good graces, but I don't fucking care, and I'm burying him at every opportunity I get.
I'm pretty sure he's dead and doesn't even know it yet. Like,
that seems like
it's that.
It seems to be the case, and the fact that he doesn't have a code to lock and unlock the building doesn't seem to alarm him.
Oh.
But he's been there for 2.5 months, but that doesn't seem to alarm him, so to speak.
Try opening the door.
But these people, they can open the door because they've been here with us
all the time.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Make sure you're watching for the exclusive pre-show version. Check us out on YouTube. Robin does a beautiful job over there. Then I take some of it and I put it on Spotify. And that's where you can listen to it. Do all sorts of stuff to it. Sooner or later we're gonna get the Spotify ad read, and then you guys are gonna have to hear ads. The 3 of us will be like, "Hey, we're on Spotify."
Yeah, we're on Spotify. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, but for this episode of my show with Alex and Jake, good night, universe.
That's a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Ducks.
Ducks.
Make sure to go and check out definitelynotsellingdrugs.com.